What is going on, everybody? Snickel here, and today I'm bringing a trophy guide for two new trophies in Gran Turismo 6. We are going to be getting Heroes Trophy, which is to complete all of the Senna Tribute events, and we're also going to be getting the Senna Master, which is to get a gold award in every Senna Tribute event. Now, these Senna events were added in an update, and it is free. It's just going to take a little bit to download, and you can find them over by the moon missions on the main menu. So anyway, let's get into the races here, and I'm going to try to walk you guys through how to get gold in all of these events. Alright, so the first event is Chapter 1 Trial 1, and we are going to be using the go-kart. Our target time is 1 minute flat, and this is a pretty simple race, and it's pretty basic. We are racing on the Silverstone Stowe circuit. So coming into these first corners, you're just going to keep the throttle down the whole time. Coming up to here, you're going to late brake, and I go outside. You can go inside if you want to, but I cut outside, and everything seemed to work out fine for me. So coming up here, this is not the original Silverstone circuit. There's going to be some chicanes up here. You can keep it full throttle through these chicanes, but the next chicanes, you're going to have to slightly brake. These ones right here, you have to slightly let off the gas and then come out there. So here we're going to have to brake. This is a pretty tough turn on the Silverstone, and I cut it in a little bit, clipped the grass. And then these turns, don't really touch the brake. Just let off the gas, and you will sail right through the corners. If you press on the brake, it's just going to... you're not going to have enough power to power through. So then come through here, brake a little bit, we come through the outside, and then coming up here to this final straightaway, just keep on the inside line so you're not wasting time by swinging outside, and you should hit your target time and no problem, just like me. There we go, we got a 59.766. so there you go, that's the first race, and let's get into the next one now. Alright, so next we have Chapter 2 Trial 1. We are going to be using the Formula 3 car. The target time we need is 43.140 seconds. And this is the Brands Hatch Indy circuit from the 1980s. A little different than the regular Brands Hatch. This is pretty simple, but again, it's not the easiest. So coming around this corner here, we want to drop it into fourth gear, try to hit the apex. This is, in my opinion, one of the hardest corners on Brands Hatch. This one and the last one are the hardest. So coming around here, we're going to drop it into second, because if you drop it into third, you can do this corner in third. But I figured doing it in second, it'll give us a little bit more power coming out. Coming around these corners here, we're just going to keep it full throttle. Don't let off. We're not going to let off till we come up here for the last corner. We are going to late brake, drop it 2 gears. I think I braked a little bit late here, a little bit too late. Swung a little bit outside, but then I swung it back to the inside, because you always want to keep the inside lane when you're doing time trials, because it will save you as much time as possible. And you will see right now that we beat the target time. We get a 42.891 seconds. There you go. So let's get into the next race here. Alright, so now we're in Chapter 3 Trial 1. Now we are in the Formula 1 cars, the hardest of the hard, and the target time we need is 1 minute 25.04 seconds. We are on the Autodromo Nazionale Monza 1980 circuit. A little bit different than the normal Monza circuit, but we are going to absolutely destroy this time, in my opinion. I just absolutely destroyed it. So anyway, we're going to get into it here, and we're going to keep coming down here, and we're not going to brake until pretty late, till after that little bend, and then keep it in second through here, and then I pump it up into third right here. Now this car is very interesting. It is a V6 turbo, and I believe it has a high RPM turbo, because this thing has so much wheel spin for some reason as a Formula 1 car. So anyway, we're going to come down here, and I take this section a little bit too slow, but it ends up working out, so we're going to keep on the track there and not hit any of those rumble strips. Coming around this corner here, it's going to suggest to drop to third. We're going to stay in fourth, though. Fourth works just fine. You just got to let off the gas a little bit. And then coming around here, you're going to let off and then get right back on, hit that apex, and you'll come shooting out of that corner just fast as anything. So we're going to just fly through here, and now this next section is a little bit tricky, but I seem to just absolutely destroy it. I flew through here, so we're going to drop it into second here, and then we're going to get a little bit of wheel spin, drop it into, or hit it into third, and we'll just fly right out of those corners. I got a little bit sideways, but I controlled it a little bit. But come into that corner at second, and then pull it up into third, coming through one of the right-hand bends, and you should be good to go. Coming into this corner, it suggests to drop it into second, but we're going to drop it into third. It works just fine. Third works absolutely fine through this corner. and that's basically it. The rest is a straightaway, and like I said, I absolutely destroyed this time by almost a second. This was amazing. So there it is. We got a 124.177 seconds, and yeah, let's get into the next race now and the final one. Alright, so this is the final race for the trophy. This is Chapter 3, Trial 2, and we are racing on the Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit of the 1980s. Our target time is a 1 minute, 7.169 seconds. This is the hardest race. This was the hardest race for me. This took me nearly an hour and a half to beat this. So coming around this corner, we're going to drop it into 4th. It says 3rd, but we're going to go 4th. And then coming up here, we are going to drop this into 2nd and just sail right through. I mean, this is basically identical to the Formula 3 racing until we get up here. And this is one of the key turns up here and one of the hardest. So we're going to drop it into 2nd here. And the key to this turn is not getting any wheel spin. You want to come out of this turn and be able to shoot right out of this straightaway. And if you can get no wheel spin out of that turn and just shoot right out of it, I guarantee you will be able to beat this time no problem. So coming through here, we're going to drop it into 4th, and we're just going to sail through here. And then the next turn, we are going to drop this into 4th too, and we're going to actually cut in and use those rumble strips to our advantage. And as you can see, we use the rumble strips on the left as well. Coming into this turn, drop it into 3rd. Again, using those rumble strips. I suggest not to touch the rumble strips with this car because it will just spin out of control, but sometimes it's a necessity and it can help you at the least. So anyway, we're coming into the last turn here, drop it into 3rd, and again, keep that inside line so we can save as much time as possible. And I think I just nicked this time, but I was so happy to beat this. So there we go. We got a 1 minute, 7 seconds, .088, and there you go. That's all of the events done. So now let's get into this. Your trophies will pop when it shows your prize here, and there's our prize, the Lotus 97T85. So there's our Heroes trophy, and it's going to take a while for the other trophy to pop just because, you know, PlayStation 3 takes forever to pop the trophies. And come on, I know you want to give it to me. And there's the Senna Master. So I hope this video, I hope you guys, if it did, leave a like, comment, rate, all that good stuff. And don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to see you guys sometime soon.